Welcome back to my channel. Happy Thursday. We are obviously going to do another car rant on this rainy day because, you know, it's all about getting things off your chest. And this happens to be the way I do it. It works for me. I love car rants. Even when watching videos on YouTube, I find that I kind of navigate more so to the chit chats or more so the car rants. Like, I love a good car rant. I find that that's the best time to really sit and reflect on your day-to-day. Well, most of the time, most of us are by ourselves, but me, I'm by myself. And this is really the time, especially first thing in the morning, where I get to reflect on everything that is going on. Like, everything that I'm either encountering during the week, or, you know, I'm having to deal with, I'm having to plan, all that. I find that doing it this way, like reflecting in the car, is the best route for me. And like I said in a previous rant, I don't know if I posted that or not, but it's May. It is Mental Health Awareness Month. It is the best time to really take that time to reflect on your well-being. Because if y'all watch the news or keeping up with social media or just even out and being social, then you know, like I know, that it is way too much going on. You can tell the people who are not taking the time to really think and reflect on their actions. They're just acting. Like, they're just acting. And I get it, because a lot of people have these careers or daily expectations that require them to do so much, right? It requires them to do so much that when it comes the time to actually have to make a logical decision about maybe an action you're displaying, you don't have time to think about that. Like, you really do not have time to sit and reflect on that. You don't. So you just act. Like, you just act. My thing that I was thinking about, like I was really reflecting on, is the roles that we play on a daily basis. Say in other people's lives, because we play multiple roles for other people to keep up with an image, to keep up with an expectation, right? All of this weighs down on you. Like, all of these roles have a different category of expectations, right? So you're having to, in a sense, multitask on so many levels. Like, so many levels. You're having to multitask. You're having to keep up with this and that for whatever role you're playing. And then it comes that one time where you have to play that role for yourself. And that role is actually being yourself, being who you are genuinely, without effort. And then it's like you're looked at sideways because you switched over into character for that role. And I feel like that's what messes a lot of us up. It's all of these expectations in life where you're having to keep up with so many things and play so many different parts that people do not, I'm not going to say they don't realize, but they don't take the time to be like, okay, this might be who that person really is. This might be who that person really is. This might be, you know, their true character without all of the extra work and all of the extra effort that is having to be put in on a daily basis. So maybe we should start, you know, paying more attention to that. Not putting so much pressure onto the other various roles that a person has to play. You know what I'm saying? Whether it is, say you're a parent, you're a mom, right? You're a mom, that's one role. You're a wife, that's another role. You're a sister, that's another role. You're a best friend, that's another role. You are a teacher, that's another role. You also attend like dance classes and stuff like that, that's another role. You have all of these multiple roles, right? Multiple roles, and each of these roles requires something different. That when it gets to the point where you are just you You're just you. You're not mom, you're not babe, you're not sis, you're not miss or whatever. You are just you. And when it gets to that point of having to play just you, it's like, why is such and so doing this, or why are they responding this way, or I didn't think that would be like, no, because you guys are not taking the chance to get to know a person for who they are. You are looking at them from the reflection of the role that they have to play. That is tiring. That is so tiring. It is tiring. It is overwhelming, and it can really take a toll on a person. Like, it can really take a toll on a person, especially if you're in a situation, right, where other people they look up to you, right? Like, you're a famous person, somebody is looking up to you. So now you have this role, and whatever you're famous for, you have that role, and that's a major role. And it might take a lot of patience and timing and planning to play that role, right? But now when you get that one chance to really just let your guard down, to really just be, everybody's looking at you crazy because it's like, oh, that you shouldn't be doing that, or this is not how you're supposed to respond, or this is not the actions you're supposed to take. Like, why? Like, why is it so hard to accept a person for who they genuinely are? Like, who they are outside of whatever role they are expected to play. We need to, as a whole, stop putting expectations on people in general. Like, stop putting expectations on people. Whatever tone they get that day, whatever affect they get that day, whatever action that they make that day, accept that for being that person. And if it gets to the point where they're like, okay, I have to act differently, I have to move differently, I have to respond differently, but whatever the reason, like, accept that. It shouldn't be talking down on them, or you know, shunning them for whatever mistake we want to say that they made. Like, nah, like, that is who that person is. Like, let people be them without putting all of these other expectations on them. That stuff will drive a person in general crazy. It will drive you crazy. It gets so overwhelming, and you're bottling up so much because you're scared to move a certain way, to portray a certain image, because then you're going to be looked at differently. You're scared to say a certain thing because you don't want people to take you out of character. Like, even with, like, the way people dress, you're scared to wear a certain thing because of the way people may perceive you. It's all about the outsiders. It's all about others. Playing that role again, a role for others. Like, forget others. Like, forget others. Like, if you have a job, right? If you have a job that requires you to dress casually, requires you, you know, to look a certain part. Okay, you signed up for that job, so you play that job within that amount of time. Outside of that amount of time, you are you, baby. You are you. You are free to respond and speak and act and dress the way you want to. It should not matter about the expectations that somebody else has for you. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. And that's one thing that it took me a while to understand that, to like really understand that and see it for what it is. It really took me a while to get to that point, because I was playing so many roles. And even still today, I play so many roles that sometimes, like, that's why I can speak on it. It gets overwhelming. And you have to bottle up certain things during certain points of the day just to get through your day without having a mental breakdown, to a sense. And it's okay. Like, me, I let my guard down. There's going to be a point in the day where I'm just like, all right, I'm out of this role. I'm done. Like, I'm done. And for the remainder of that portion of that day, I'm me. And there is several times where I, you know, should be in the mom role or whatever role. And I'm like, okay, I'm done with this role for right now. I cannot mentally manage this role right now. Like, I don't have the strength and energy to manage it, so I'm not gonna push myself over the edge just to play this role. I'm sorry. Like, I don't have it in me. And it took me a while. It took me years to get to that point where I'm like, okay, I don't have that energy in me, and I'm not about to look for that energy to play that part. I'm not gonna do it. So it took me a while to get there. But now that I'm there, I'm staying there. Now that I'm there, I'm staying there. And it's okay. Like, it is okay. Like, I see people, and you can look at a person and tell. You can look at a person and tell when they had their guard up, right? They are scared to come out of whatever role they are currently in. They're scared to come out of it. So that guard is up. Their whole demeanor and everything, like, they move differently. Everything is up. Everything is up. Like, even their posture will change. Like, the posture and everything will change when you're interacting with them, when you're talking to them, whatever. And it's like, it's okay. Like, it's okay. You can put your shoulders back. It's okay. You can smile. You can crack a little joke here and there. It's fine. You're not going to get shunned for it. It's fine. And I think we need to do that more often. When you see someone and you can tell they are stuck in this role, they're stuck into this role, and their mind is going because they're having to think, and none of us, I don't think it's possible to be able to think about one thing at a time as an adult. Again, we have way too many roles to just be thinking about one thing at a time. I'm at work and I'm thinking about what I'm cooking for dinner. I'm thinking about, oh, did I start the laundry at home? I'm thinking about, oh, did I respond to so-and-so's texts about, going for drinks later? I'm thinking about multiple things at one time. Like, my mind is always spinning. And there are times where mid-conversation, right? Someone will be having a conversation with me, and it's like I snap back and I'm trying to catch up with the conversation because my butt then tuned out and don't know what's going on. I don't know what the conversation topic is. We do that a lot, and some people will judge people for being that way, for responding that way, for not totally attending to whatever that topic is at that time. But who got time to attend to one thing at a time? I'm sorry, I feel like if you are over the age of 25, you're over the age of 25, right? And you are a whole functioning adult, you have a whole life, you got a lot going on, baby. You have a lot going on. And it's okay to put your guard down, to tune into you. Tune into you. Like, don't let society and people and environmental factors play a part in changing who you are, to the fact that, yes, as we get older, we change, but you don't want to change to the fact that you lose who you genuinely are. You know what I'm saying? You lose that true person, that person you are deep down, who you were meant to be. And some of us, we transition, we change into these other people, like ugly people, like internally ugly people, because of all the pressures and everything else that's going on around us. Like, no, don't let things change you. Like, don't. Like, it's not that serious. It is not that serious. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to think about yourself. It is okay to put yourself first. It is completely okay. And I feel like we need to do more of that. It's okay. Put yourself first. Just put yourself first. I had to get that off my chest because I feel like that is something that I have not been struggling with, but going back and forth with recently. Going back and forth with it. It's so many roles that I play, and at the same time, it's so many roles that I want to play. And it's making room for all of it without feeling like I have to sacrifice one role to play another role. Like, I don't want to have to do that. But I also don't want to get to the point where I'm so burnt out. Like, I'm so burnt out that I can't play any role, because I've gotten to that point before where I have did so much in a week span or a month span that I physically could not do anything. Like, I physically could not hold a conversation. I couldn't attend. I didn't want to go anywhere. I'm not going to say I was depressed, But I know I have burnt myself out. I know I have burnt myself out because I was doing way too much. And I wasn't taking time to take the time for myself. So I stopped doing that. And now it may piss other people off because I take my time now. I don't care what time of day it is. If I feel like I'm doing way too much between 8 and 9, best believe I'm taking a good 30 minutes to just sit and reflect after whatever I just did. And then I'll jump back into whatever role I need to. But I'm going to take my mental breaks. I'm going to, because I'm not going to push myself anymore to the point where I completely shut down. And I feel like a lot of us need to practice that more. Practice it more. Take that time to balance your mental. Take that time to really think about what you're doing and why you're doing it and who the heck you're doing it for. Take that time. It's okay. I give you permission. All right, I am to work now, and I'm gonna go into this building, finish my day, have plans later. May do some recording then too. I don't know, but I'm in a good mood today. I think more so because I have been taking my time for my mental health. But I'll see y'all later. Bye.